what I like to say about cap and trade is it is a civil rights violation. I say civil rights. Well, look at this. I got to make a decision on food, drugs, or heat. If I don't make the kind of money, and there's a lot of elderly people out there, and a lot of people in lower income brackets not having access to cheap energy. Is a civil rights violation. You're forcing these people to kill themselves. Okay? I mean, make a decision between food and keeping warm, pills and keeping warm, especially up here. No, that it has to go. Again, another one of these 15,000-page monstrosities that nobody looked at, and you're trying to ram it through. I mean, you should. Have you looked at the cap and trade bill? Has anybody looked at this thing? I mean, it tries. Oh yeah, I mean it's a good sleeper, right? But this thing is dangerous. I mean, there's no other word for it. It's dangerous, but once you understand Agenda 21, you'll understand cap and trade. Okay, and so I urge you to go Google that, look it up. And this is not conspiracy kind of theory stuff. It's out there on the UN website. Okay? It affects our oil, our heating, our water, our land, our waterways, our wilderness, our urban areas. I mean, this is some scary stuff. And these people are trying to get it pushed through. And if we don't stop them, they will succeed.
But it's also about money. The
Oh,
people
yeah,
want to do carbon trading, and they want to get their hands in the pot. It's a big money maker for those people that.
There are the big elite banker types, and the road to serfdom is headed our way. Okay.
And they're dreaming up a lot of this. They're thinking it.
But we can stop them. We can stop them in their tracks. We have the power to do that. Okay? I'm not being a conspiracy theory nutcase here. Okay? But that's because they have nobody that's standing up with them. You look at Russia. Let's just real quick go into this. At one point, Romania used to be the breadbasket of Europe. Rwanda, or down in Africa, used to be the breadbasket down there. Okay? Because of the initiatives that the UN have done, these places now are just third world countries. They've been robbed, they've been pillared, their people are, they're trying to kill them because they don't have any need for these people anymore. That's where cap and trade is leading us. I urge you to look up Agenda 21. Okay?
Okay, so this...
And I want a full report in the morning.
Then this begs the question, how fast can we get rid of the UN?
That, again, is up to you.
Well, what does it take?
It takes getting people in power that's going to get us out of these treaties and put bills into place to cancel the UN treaty itself. That take us out of being a member. And then second, get your building off our soil. Take your stuff and go home. You have 3 seconds.
Clear their building, non-energy compliant. Just get rid of it.
No, it's too much of a symbol. A lot of people like to see it going. But it can be done. But it can't be done with what we have in Washington and in Madison today. Okay? And when you vet candidates, look at these questions, and I urge you to dig deep at what they're saying. Don't fall for the rhetoric. Okay, we're smarter than that now. We're a knowledge base.
And also Chicago. Some of these ideas came out of Chicago.
Yeah, but see, they're still getting there. It's a filtering down event. Yeah. Okay, I mean, all these elitists that are in power are taking their order because they know they're going to get a slice of the pie when the whole thing's, again, it sounds like a conspiracy thing, but if you read and study this Agenda 21, all this starts making sense. I mean, and if they wouldn't be so blatant about it, I mean, even in Chicago, in Milwaukee, Madison, Minneapolis, I mean, they're just absolutely blatant about it right now. They've come out of the closets, if you will. We don't care what you do because we're taking over.
Yeah.
You're too dumb to fight us. Little do they know that we're not, that we're an aware group. So, but it's going to take us, and put people in, that are your servants that can do your bidding for you, David?
Like 15,000 page bills, 3,000 page bills. How are you going to buy citizens enough time to understand them and get back to you on it?
By reading the bill, the old axiom in law is that if you have to interpret a law, it's not one. Okay? Law is written so that the average person can understand it and know what their rights are. Okay? Because now, that goes along with some education of basic law. I mean, we used to have this in this country. Sixth graders could know what civic and basic common law elements really were. They knew that their rights were being destroyed or being attacked. Okay, so there's got to be some education at the school level. But you make bills, and again, through the process, that are not 15,000 pages long. There should never be any bills that are that big. Okay? It just shouldn't. If there are, they're full of earmarks, and that's what we have to get rid of. Okay? And if, by God's chance, that we do have a bill that's 15,000 pages long, then you have to give enough time for everybody to read it and understand it. So by that whole process in itself, by the time that bill is introduced, to the time it's, people are still interpreting it, people are still reading it, it's not being approved yet. Okay, that bill's no good. So then we come back. You see, so the process kind of works, right? We can't just throw a bill and say, okay, you've got till tomorrow morning to read it, and we'll let you know what's in it when you pass it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, do you put limitations? Can you put limitations on bills? I don't think that you can legally, but if they can't get through the process in time, the bill dies. I mean, it's just going to take forever for somebody to understand it and be able to interpret it, so. Just stretching, huh? Okay.
I've got another question for you. On the Republican ticket, we have two candidates who differ greatly on the Patriot Act. I would be very interested to hear where you stand on the Patriot Act.
Again, two parties, each trying to take your civil liberties away. The Patriot Act is an abomination. Okay, it violates so many civil rights, and again, it was one of these acts that was passed through. Has anybody read the Patriot Act? Okay.
I read about Patriot Act.
Okay. Well, read it. Okay. First of all, it's another one of these 15,000 page things, right?
That's
okay.
the problem.
So it's full part of these. And people, you fall asleep. I mean, who can read that much legal jargon without falling asleep? It's an atrocity, and it's got to be repealed. There's some thoughts about, we stick the Patriot name in there. Yeah, okay, that's good American. But little do they know, boy, we sure fall for these good sounding names and symbols, right? No, I'm against the Patriot Act. 100%, and it needs to be repealed, and you can't do illegal wiretapping. But it's more than just a wiretapping, okay? These people have taken the right to come into your bank account and take your money if they want to.